This time of year, especially for our sprinters, our jumpers, our throwers, you're getting a little more of a prep phase. You're still getting a little bit of a volume, but usually working a little more on some of the explosive skills that we need both in the weight room and especially with the sprinters. We're getting a lot of our acceleration drills. So a lot of it is honestly getting back to some fundamentals, kind of teaching them some of the basics of how to sprint, how to throw, while we're getting in some volume and getting them some more of that those explosive drills and practices.
Personally, over the summer, I train nonstop, going to the gym 3 times a week, lifting moderate weights with moderate reps. I also bought speed bands to help me with my getting my knees up to 90 degrees. I moderately controlled my diet as best as I can, while also having fun with it. And I took great procedure to always keep myself and my bones and muscles always healthy.
Personally, I'm making sure I'm focusing on my physical health, making sure I'm staying, everything's staying healthy. If there's any injury in the weight room or anything like that, going right to the trainers, making sure everything's good, and making sure in school I'm also doing what I need to do to make sure that I can have the time to focus on track.
I've been working really hard on my technique and trying to get out of the blocks better, so I'm hopefully going to have a better acceleration for the sprints.
So it's been a lot of weight training and with Coach Long and Coach John and throughout the summer, and a lot of training on my own with a lot of technique.
Shane Mastro is going to be a really big one in the throws for us. We're glad that he's coming back for his NBA, so he's going to be great for us. We're hoping we can get some NCAA competition or some NCAA qualification, I should say, out of him. Max Schuman's going to be really big in the jumps and on the track for us. Ethan Cherubin's been a really good leader for us through practices. Expect to see a lot from him in the hurdles. And then we've got a core of distance runners, too, that I think, like Shane Houghton and some of the guys from cross country, like Nate Hagel, a lot of people are going to be big contributors in the when we get to the track season too.
I think my biggest goal this year for indoor and outdoor are to break the school record in shot put and probably break 16 in weight too.
This season and this year especially, I'm trying to focus more on my team and making sure I can get more points for my team at conferences. More points in the pole vault, more points in the long jump, and even triple, maybe high jump.
We have a lot of really good depth with women coming back. Coach DeTavie did a great job bringing in some new freshmen with the throwers, but we got a lot of really good returners in depth there as well. But then across the board, we got a lot of people I think can have NCAA potential, like Lexi Groff, Crystal Robinson, who's obviously just there in May in the 200. Helen Davis was really close in the 100. Allie Lambert was really close in the hurdles last year. So I think we got a lot of people that not only can do really well at the conference level, but we're looking at getting to Cleveland and down to North Carolina during the indoor season with hopefully some NCAA appearances out of them.
Personally, I would like to make it back to nationals again. I ran the 200-meter dash outdoor, so I'd like to make it in hopefully the 2, maybe the 400.
My personal goal is beating the 100-meter dash record. I am currently very close to actually beating it. The record currently is 12:17. Last year at regionals, I got 12:20. So my goal right now is actually to beat that, which I'm very close at doing. My next goal would also be for the 4x1 team to also go to nationals.
Yeah, we have, like I said, Coach John brought in a bunch of really good throwers on the men's side. Matt Pavone is looking really good so far in a couple of throwing events, and we got a whole host of really good freshman crop with the women's side and the throws that I'm really excited about from the javelin. And part of getting used to college is getting used to a couple of new throws. So I think we're still in the works of seeing how they're going to adapt to the indoor weight and ultimately the hammer throw outdoors, but a lot of depth with our women's class coming in there. And in both the sprint and jumps for the men's and women, we're really excited about that. I think Trevor Gray is looking really, really good for us for the men's sprints. With the women, people like Raquel Ramey and Zoe Bronson are just a couple of the other sprinters. I think they're going to be really immediate impacts for us with that roster as well. So we're pretty excited about the depth we're able to bring in with this class.
Team goal, I would have to say to win landmarks again for indoor and outdoor, and then get as many people as we can qualified for the regional meet.
The team goal for me is to actually bond together to a point where we're almost like family. I want the boys and girls team to both compete in regionals and nationals as best they can in basically all the events that they inspire to be great in. I want all of them to achieve greatness in a way possible that they both are motivating each other as well as the whole team and giving an example by representing a Moravian and telling us that we are the best we can possibly be.
I think it's just the kind of cliche stuff. You're obviously looking to get out there and just compete again. We've been practicing, and it's all indoor season last year. We just kept hoping that we're going to have a season. You keep pushing off when you hear more kind of discouraging news, and it never came to fruition, at least indoors last year. So I think just being able to get out there and race against someone that isn't just ourselves, not just practicing in the arc, but actually competing against other people as we start against Lehigh on Friday and Saturday, that's going to be certainly something we're excited about, and kind of see where we're at. That's one of the things they say in a lot of different sports is until you kind of test yourselves and maybe get beat a little bit in the long jump runway and the blocks, whatever the case might be, you kind of don't know where you are, and you don't learn a lot until you kind of test yourselves. So from a coaching standpoint, part of us are excited to see where our potential is at, but also what we can grow from. It's, again, a really good way to kind of teach yourselves what you need to be working on as we get into the winter break and then moving into the heart of the season in January.
It's a little bit scary, but I'm very excited to be in that sort of area again. It's very different being in such a condensed space and being so close to everybody. So I'm just excited to feel the atmosphere and all the tension that builds up again.
Really just getting back into the season of being in a big arena where everyone's just yelling as people just running in circles. So I'm just really excited to have the energy of being back into the indoor season.
I'm most excited about actually finally getting back on that track and, smelling the track for the first time. As every track runner would know, like that first whiff of that track is the excitement we all prepare for every season. I love putting on my spikes, feeling the adrenaline when I'm on that line. I'm very excited to actually show what I've been training to do for all these months and, years, and show people that I have been to working my butt off to achieve what I want to achieve, as well as I will push everyone to achieve greatness in their own way as well.